Hey everybody, we are back for another episode here. Today we've got another example of a couple of teachers that paid off over $50,000 in credit card debt in about a year and a half. So let's jump into this example and we'll show you how simple this is. So the first thing that they did is here's their numbers. So they came up with here's their income, what they make every month, and their mortgage, their average electric bill, internet, phones, auto insurance, their car payments, their property loan, credit cards, gas, food, and their total expenses of $9,992, almost $10,000. The way they sit right now, they've got a positive cash flow of $1,248, and look at all of these credit cards that we've got here. Okay, so we've got the Indigo, Surge, Destiny. They got all these different credit cards listed from lowest balance up to highest balance at $51,779. The minimum payments alone on all this debt is $2,225. You're never getting out of this. If you just making these minimum payments, you're never getting out of debt. So what we did is we worked together and showed them how we can get after this, and we're going to have it knocked out in a year and a half. So they were able to get a personal line of credit, $16,500 at 10% interest. So let's dive in. So they've got 16.5 to use to start knocking out some of these credit cards. So the next slide here is we took these first 13 credit cards, and if you add up the 3,000, 1896, 1572, 1402, if you add up all of these balances, it comes up to $13,869. Okay, to pay off those first 13 credit cards. So we're going to use that. We are going to transfer. We're going to use our personal line of credit that we've got. We've got $16,500 available, and we are going to use that, and we are going to pay off these 13 credit cards. Now, since we're paying these off, we're transferring the debt over to our line of credit. We no longer have to make any of these minimum payments. Okay, so if you take in and figure all those minimum payments up, that decreases your total payments for all your credit cards. Remember, it was $2,225. Now we are down to $1,322. Okay, our old expenses was $99.92. Our new expenses is $9,099. So almost $1,000 that we saved right there. So the old cash flow, we've got a new cash flow of $2,141. Right. So starting out month 0, like I said, we've got the $13,869 of the personal line of credit balance. We're going to subtract our income. Okay, their paychecks. I'm not sure how they're paid. If they're paid weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, whatever it is. But that's how much they've got coming in. So as the money comes in, we're gonna deposit the entire paycheck into against the line of credit. So as the month kind of goes around, we're gonna have 11,200 of income. Paying that down, and then we've got $9,000 of expenses that's going to get added back in there. So as your phone bill or your car payment comes up, that's why it's really important to get a line of credit that's revolving, that you can write checks out of and use. So we've got $9,999 of expenses, and then we've also got to pay interest on the personal line of credit balance that we've got. And this is really the only calculation that you have to figure out every time. It's a simple math problem. So what you do is you take your balance of your line of credit times the interest rate, and what that is that'll give you the yearly, how much you would pay per year at that balance. Excuse me. So what we want to do is we want to divide that by 12 for 12 months in the year, and what we've got is our balance is $13,869, and times 10%, which is 0.10. Divide that by 12, and that comes up with $115.58. So that's how we figured out our interest on our line of credit. So you got to add that back in. So at the end of the first month, we're going to have a balance of $11,843.58. So then month 2, we take that 11,800 that we just got, we bring that up. That is now our beginning balance for at the beginning of the first month. Again, we subtract our income, we add in our expenses, we figure out what the line of credit interest is, and then we add that back in too. So since our balance is lower this time, our interest is also lower as well. So that means more of our money is going towards the principal and knocking that balance down faster every month. So at the end of month one, we're down to 9801, and let's draw this out here at the end of month two. Remember, we take the 9801 and then we subtract your income, and then you add back in your expenses, and then you figure out your line of credit interest, and we're back down here with 7741.95. So as we keep this going here, we were at 7741. Bring that up for month three. Subtract your income, add your expenses, add your interest. We're at 5665. Bring that down here to month four now. So this is where we're starting, and then again subtract your income, add your expenses, add your interest. We're at 3571, and at the end of 5 months, here we are. We've paid that all the way down to $1,460. So let's go grab some more credit cards, and let's get some more credit cards paid off and keep increasing that cash flow. So we're going to take the Bank of America, the JetBlue, and the Venmo cards. We're going to take those 3 cards. So remember, our ending balance was $1,460 after month 5, and we're going to take that, comes up here, so that goes $1,460, and then we're going to add in the $46.96 for the Bank of America, and then the $48.54 for JetBlue, and then the $50.95 for Venmo. Gives us a new balance of $16,105. So remember, we've got a credit limit of $16,500, so we're getting right up there, but that doesn't matter because we're going to knock this out pretty quick. Again, take your income off of that and now add in your expenses. But look, our expenses went from $9,099 down to $8,500 because we no longer have to pay the $193 for Bank of America, the $206 for JetBlue, or the $200 for Venmo. So now our credit card payments are now $733. So we put that back into our expense column, and our new total expenses coming out is $8,500. Our new cash flow of $2,740. So let's draw this out a couple more months. Remember, we've got month 6. Started at 16,105. We're down to 13,500. 13,500 comes down to 10,800. 10,800 comes down to 8,200. 8,200 down to 55. 55 to 28.57. 28.57. After 11 months, we've paid that all the way down. We just paid off $16,000 in 5 months here, 6 months. So we're all the way down to $140.89. You know what that means? Let's go get some more debt and pay that off. So now we're going to take the Bank of America card. We're getting some big balances here, so we're only going to take 2 this time because that's all the room we've got. So we're going to take the 6640. Remember, we had the 140.98 was our ending balance. We take that up here, and then we also add in these 2 credit cards. We're going to pay those off, the 6640 and the 71.95. Knocking those out, that payment of 261 and the payment of 150 are now gone as well. So our new line of credit balance is almost $14,000 here. Okay, again, we're going to take out our same monthly income of $11,240. We're going to add back in our expenses, but look, our expenses went down again because we're no longer paying these monthly payments. All right, so the total credit card payments that we need to make now is only $322. Remember, this started at $2,500 and we're all the way down to $3,200, and we're not even a year into this. So that goes back into your expense column. Our new total expenses is 8089. So 8089, 8098. I got dyslexic there, I guess. I'm off a couple bucks, but this never is a perfect situation, but so this really won't matter. Again, the line of credit balance, or the interest on the line of credit comes off of, we're taking that off the highest balance too, and that as you put your money in, that'll come down. So this is all worst case scenario, the way that we're figuring this out. At the end of the 12th month, we're down to 10.9, and let's play this out a couple more months. So we're down to 10.9, comes down after 13, we're at 7,900, $7,900 to $4,800, 48 down to $1,712 after 15 months. So let's go ahead and pick up that last credit card. Whoops, where was I? This one? All right. So remember the $1,712 that we had here, month 16, we bring that up, plus the $9,500, and also knocking out that payment of $322. So our new balance is $12,680. And let's stop and think about this. We're 16 months into this process, right? What happens as we've been paying on this balance will go down. I'm sure, I don't know what the interest rates are on here, probably over 20%. So this balance will go down, probably not by a lot, but I didn't take these down at all. So if you really want to nitpick, as we're paying these off, these balances, this would probably be, I don't know, somewhere in the $7,000 range, maybe. Well, probably not that bad, but anyway, it'd be less than 9,000. But we're still taking the top number here and adding all this. So this really is a worst case scenario as long as we can stick to these numbers. Again, the line of credit now, the interest is 105 on that, and to month 16 we are down to 93.13. So we've got one more slide to go here. Like I said, 93.13 down to 59.18. 59.18 minus your income plus your expenses, and the interest, we're down to 24.94. All right. Our cash flow now is 34.73. So this month, basically here's a year and a half right here. We're almost paid off. First couple of checks, we just pay that off, and now we are done. $51,779 of credit card debt is gone, freeing up another $2,225 per month to put to work somewhere else. So you could take this, if you go back to the original numbers here, you could start knocking out your mortgage. We've got a lot of cash flow now. When you add all this money that you were paying to the bank, you're being a slave to the bank, giving all that interest to the bank. Now you can give that to yourself. Let's pay off. I would probably go after a car payment. So let's knock one of these car payments, probably both of them. That'll free up another $1,100 that we can add onto there. And after I've got that, now if you want to go after your mortgage, if you want to go, there's a property loan here. I'm not sure what that is. If they could go after that, or you could invest it. You can take a nice vacation, do whatever you want. You just don't get back into the habit of using these credit cards for everything and digging your hole back again. Okay, we just got you out of this hole literally in a year and a half. Paid off $51,000. Let's stay out of this hole. Let's enjoy our money, and let's use it for our good and not for the bank's good. I hope you guys like this and trying to switch things up a little bit. And please let me know if there's anything I can help with. I want to help you guys. Let's get out of the banks. Let's stop being a slave to the banks and giving all our money to the banks. Let's keep it and give it to ourselves.